Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the floor. Let the bodies hit the.
Oh, it's been great. I mean, everyone's been coming in. People flying in from Los Angeles, North Carolina, and Georgia, everywhere, and they're having a blast. That's the most important thing, is that as long as everyone comes in, enjoys themselves, we show them a good time, welcome them to New York, and they leave happy. That's a successful festival. I met Mike on a feature he was doing in 2003, Dead Serious. He liked me pretty soon on because I was you have a lot of people who work on features and whatnot, and their interests. Everyone has very different interests, but I loved horror movies. That's why I was doing that. And so me and Mike started getting along very well. And then as the years went by, he became less of a mentor, more of like a friend. But at that time, he had mentioned that he had this festival, and I said, I'll volunteer. I'll do whatever I can to do it. And so that was 2000, I guess 3 or 4. So years went on, and I started off as a volunteer. Then I went up to head of staff, and then I started screening some things with Mike. And then when he passed in 2011, the Hine family took the year off and wanted to figure out what they obviously you take the year off out of respect, but also because Mike was kind of a one-man army. Mike wouldn't have wanted the festival to not be here, so took the year, came back, brought it back last year. Here we are a year later, and I think we're finally starting to get back into our groove now. Typically we open up submissions in around January, February, and we'll get anywhere from 2 to 350, 400 submissions. It seems to swing greatly year by year. And what we look for, other than the obvious stuff like, please know which way to face the camera, and please have your sound synced up, is what I personally just ask to be engaged. Like, there's two types of people who make horror movies. There's the one who really loves this stuff, and he or she is totally devoted, and they might not have the budget or the technical skill to get it done. But when you watch it, you say, yeah, I see what they were going for there. Like, I totally get it. And then you have, I think a lot of guys come out and they think horror is a really easy genre to do. Like, oh yeah, I'll just do a horror movie. Seems really easy. I'll just have some blood and guts and nudity, and that's all fine. But you can see that lack of passion for what they're doing. And we picked that up right away. So I guess what I ask for is to, please really like horror when you make this, because we can tell right away. And, I think having a real love for the genre and showing that will let you get away with a lot of other things. You can overlook a lot of stuff if somebody is into it. Don't do anything, this is something I noticed, especially in things that we passed on. Don't do anything that you're not comfortable doing. If you don't know how to make a slasher, don't make a slasher. But if you know how to make a body horror thing, make that. Make what you want to make, and you have a lot of love for it. It'll probably at least get to the final stage before it gets in. We've had things as varied as like this year we had a one-man play that was filmed, and that was it. It was literally just a one-man show, but it was fantastic, and we put it in. And last year we had a PSA for safe gay sex that was done as a horror movie, and we put it in because it was unique. We hadn't seen it before, and the director was like, yeah, it's just I just was something I was passionate about, and I wanted to get a message across in a horror movie, and I did that. Really, make sure you love what you're going to be making. Don't force yourself through something that you have no interest in, because it'll show immediately. We don't really shy away from showing anything. We'll show anything as varied as the examples I just gave you before. But we've had things submitted to us that have been banned in the countries that they made them in. We just had a short film which was a take on the murders in the Rue Morgue, and it came with all this material and it said banned in Australia, banned here, banned there, and I was like, oh, okay, I'm interested, and I watched it, and it's really extreme, almost to the point where we're all sitting there and we sat for a few minutes, and then we decided, you know what, we want to show things like this. If it left us speechless, we're going to show it. If we don't know what to say, it's playing. And that's the type of things we like to show. We like to show people that are pushing the envelope. We had Stuart Gordon here last night, and he was talking about the evolution of extreme cinema, and he's a big fan of it. He likes things that are pushing the envelope and don't play it safe. And, we'll show that stuff. As long as nothing filmed was illegal, we'll show it. I'm Sean Marks. I'm here at the New York City Horror Film Festival 2013. Let the bodies hit the floor.
Let the bodies hit